Guys, it is almost that time. We are getting ready for Ford Takeover, and honestly, just for Mustang event season. We got Ford Takeover coming up. We got Mustang Week. We got Foxtoberfest. We got Chocolate Fox. I mean, so much stuff going on, guys. And we're going to actually make a video talking about what it takes to get your Fox body or Mustang ready for event season. So we're going to do that here pretty soon for you guys. But right now, we've got a big surprise for you. I think you've already seen it, depending on the thumbnail. Let's go ahead and talk about that. This is our new trailer. We got to have something, right? Guys, we got to have something to pull this car with. I'm going to go over the details of this thing for you guys that are interested, because I know there's always people out there looking for trailers. I'll go ahead and tell you ahead of time. It is a 7x18 dovetail, as you can see, or beaver tail, I think some of you call it. We had to drive a little ways to get it. Well, Andrew did anyway, but we got a really smoking deal on this trailer, so we're going to talk about that. Everybody needs a set of good straps. Now, if you don't know, these things are really expensive. Like Amazon sells, I think, the Vikings. I'll throw up a couple pictures for you guys right now to show you what I'm talking about, and I think they were 99 bucks. And these are really, really cool straps. They have the adjustable loop so that basically you have an axle strap built into it. Now, they also come with 4 axle straps. The reviews were great on this, so I went ahead and scooped these up. So, I'll tell you what, let me go ahead and show you how they work. The cool thing about these particular straps is this right here. You have this adjustable ring, right? You can see how this thing kind of moves and slides, right? You grab the ring right here, and you pull it, and now that puts the ring further away, so you have a bigger loop like this. Now, once you get this hooked up, you can shorten this up. See how that works? It's like a little choker. So that's the way these straps work, and I'm going to be honest with you, I really, really like these because they're not super long, right? So, like a lot of times you got to use axle straps. This right here gives you the ability to not have to use an axle strap, and on top of that, they're short. Look at this. These straps are pretty short. Now, I'm not going to lie to you, when I first got them, I thought to myself, these are going to be too short to use on the car. They're not going to reach the back of the trailer once we hook it up. Now, we're going to weld D-rings in, probably right here in the back corner. Joe Nate's going to weld those in for me. And as you can see, you have plenty of length right here for your D-ring. Now, if that's not long enough for you, what you can do is always go back to your axle straps. The way these work is go around your axle like this. I know most of you guys know this. I'm just talking to the ones that don't know. So these go around your axle or A-arm. Be careful pulling with your A-arms though, but that's another story. But anyway, they wrap around your axle like this, and what it does is give you a little bit of extra length. So one of the things I hate the most about straps is how long they are, right? I mean, you get a 50-foot strap and then you end up having to wrap it all up, or you have to cut. Now, there's nothing wrong with cutting these straps, and as long as you melt the end of them right here, you can cut them. I'm not going to harp on the straps. I mean, you can get any strap that you want to get, but I was just impressed with these for the price. 99 bucks, you get 4 of them. So if you guys are interested, I'll put a link there. I'm also going to put a link to the Viking straps if you want essentially like really good quality straps, like well-known straps. I'll put a couple links to the Vikings. Let's talk a little bit more about the trailer. So right here, guys, is the information from the trailer company. So it's P&T Trailer Sales Incorporated. The thing I like about this trailer versus some of the other cheaper trailers is the fact that the tongue, as you can see, is tied in to the frame of the trailer. It does have trailer brakes in the rear. It doesn't have 4-wheel trailer brakes, which would have been nice to have, don't get me wrong, but just having the rear brakes are great by themselves. So we do have rear trailer brakes. The ramps are really nice on this. So as you can see, this thing has really long ramps. I mean, you're not going to have any trouble getting your car up on this. If you don't know, trailers at the moment are really expensive because everybody's out of work. They're not making them anymore. So what they have on the lots is really what they have until everybody gets back to work. This is a $2,200 trailer that's built great. Joe Nate came over yesterday and looked at it and was very, very pleased with what we got for the money. Is it the best trailer out there on the market? No, you can't expect that. But if you guys are interested, I just wanted to share this with you. So let's talk about what we're going to do to customize this thing, because you want your trailer to be usable. And I will give you guys an update once we're done with it. I've already ordered everything, it's just not in yet. So what are we going to do to make this trailer more usable? Well, first off, we're going to put a toolbox up front. So right up here on the tongue, Harbor Freight sells, I think, like a $100 triangular shaped toolbox that fits right up here. So we're going to have ourselves a toolbox. We can throw our straps in and all that stuff. But next up, what's one of the most common issues that you run into when you're trying to load your car? See these lights right here? This style of light, they twist, they rotate, right? that light is what we're going to put right here. So I've got 2 on order right now, and we're basically just going to drill a hole, screw them in right here, and tie the wires into the factory harness right here on this trailer. So it's going to basically be powered on whenever you switch it on. Your park lights or your run lights are what's going to power this. So then we're going to come up here somewhere and we're going to put a switch in. All right, so we're just going to have a nice little push button switch, probably right in here, and be able to cut these lights on and off. So if you're over here working and you need to have some light and your trailer's there, you can use that. Guys, if you've ever been to the racetrack, what time do you leave? You usually leave when it's dark, right? When it's nighttime. It's really hard to see, so you're down there with a flashlight in your mouth underneath your car trying to get it, you know, strapped up. It'd be nice to have some dedicated lights. So that's what we're going to do. The 2 lights up here are basically going to be work lights. So if you need to swivel them, do whatever you need to do, hook the trailer up, you can swivel them back that way. You'll be able to see what you're doing, right? Back here, we're going to have some smaller LEDs, like the little square small LEDs, and we're going to attach those right here. And those are going to be our backup lights. So as we're backing up, you know, we'll be able to see. They'll be on a separate switch. We have a new tow rig, a new tow, well, yeah, it's going to be my tow rig. It's not like Andrew's. It's not an F-250 or anything like this, but what we do have is a dual purpose tow rig. So what I'll do is come back out here later on this evening and I'll show you what it all looks like together, and we'll talk about it. So I'm excited about Ford Takeover. I'm stoked to meet all of you. I hope you guys are as well. I hope everybody shows up. I know with what's going on in the world today, probably a lot of people won't come out, and that's your call. But I really do hope to see everybody. I'll come back out here a little later on today and I'll show you what else we've got to go along with this. I think you guys are really gonna like it. I'll see you then. All right, we're back. We've got our new tow rig up here. Well, a lot of you will not view this as a tow rig, but I'm gonna go ahead and show it to you anyway. Like I said, remember, this is dual purpose, okay? So I couldn't go out and buy myself a brand new F-250, something like that. Got to be practical. So without any further ado, here we go. Oh, and by the way, it's very dirty. And here it is, guys, a 2016 Suburban LTZ. So this is what the wife has always wanted. These things make really good tow vehicles because they're so big, they're so heavy. And yes, this is a 4-wheel drive. Eventually, I'll get myself a truck, you know, something like that. But, you know, as little as I'm going to be hauling things around, that is perfect. The nose of the trailer is way up, and that's because we need a drop receiver. We're going to have probably a 3 or 4 inch drop, something like that, to actually make this thing level. But that's fine. We're going to go ahead and get the car on it right now. So I'm going to go over just a few quick tips. Nothing serious. All of you guys probably already know this, but there is bound to be some newbies out there that don't know. So we're going to cover that right now. Most of the time, the back end is going to be too tall to get your car on without scrubbing, typically, especially a lowered car. Now, one of the benefits is going to be your dovetail or beaver tail or whatever you want to call it. And what that is how the back of the trailer is angled. That's going to allow you to get your car up on there a little easier without scrubbing. Also, something else you can do if you're having an issue and your car is just not wanting to go up on the trailer, you can jack the front end of it up. Now, we don't really have to do this because, as you can tell, it sits really high, but we're going to go ahead and show you this anyway. Make sure that everything's attached. Make sure that your ball is attached right here because you're going to actually lift the back of the vehicle up a little bit when you do this. And as you turn this, you can see the vehicle raise. What that does is lift the back end of the vehicle up a little bit and the back of the trailer down. Anyway, let's go ahead and get these ramps out. Let's just get the Calypso clone up here just to show you guys how this works. So until you learn your trailer and know like how far apart the ramps need to be, you're going to need somebody probably with you. It'll make life a little bit easier. Most of these cars are going to sit pretty close to the edge. Let's say this is your first time loading a trailer. I'm going to get in the car. I'm going to get Aubrey to stand at the front of the trailer. Now, a lot of times people want to stand on the trailer. That's really not a good thing to do, okay? Because if the car were to take off, it'll run you over, right? But if you stand back here, you got a little bit of a bar here. This should catch the car so that the car doesn't hit you.
And here comes my dad. She's coming.
All right, so what you want to do is just try to line yourself up as best as possible. So the car needs to go a little bit that way, but overall I kind of adjusted everything out. Just try to match it up as good as possible. and have somebody there to make sure that your tires stay on the ramps. That's the biggest thing. All right, guys, I'm gonna put you up top so that you can see the car get loaded. I think that's gonna be the best way. Well, we didn't get the car centered just right. All right, so what we're gonna do now is go ahead and strap the car to the front. You wanna strap the front first. What this will do is keep the car from rolling backwards. Well, I was gonna show you guys how to strap a car down on a trailer properly, but that didn't work out. The current straps and the setup of the trailer right now will not work to properly strap the car down. I don't believe in hooking things like this. If this car was to get a little bit loose and move a little bit, what can happen is this hook can pop off right here. These particular hooks have a lock system right here, as you can see. So if you've got a little bar like on a D-ring that goes up through here like that, it'll lock in on itself and it's not going to come loose. I'm going tonight to get the drop receiver so we can get this thing leveled out. Oh, I do want to leave you guys with one more thing before we wrap the video up. LMR has hooked us up, guys. LMR now has a Brutal 7 code that you guys can use to get 7% off. I made a phone call to Joe Nate. He's like, I got you. Bring it over here, bring the D-rings. We're gonna weld this thing up tonight. So, picked up some of these D-rings and they are 15 or 11,000 pounds each. So these are fine. Nate's gonna weld these up for us. Gonna make it look good. Look, Nate got his safety equipment on today. Damn safety police been after us on that. Nate, where's your gloves at?
Yeah, it worked.
Nate hooked us up with a nice D-ring right here, welded in. Look at that, guys. That's not going anywhere. It's welded into the frame right here, and then right there. All right, so over here you can see this is how it'll work. They'll be crisscrossed, so it'll be tied in that axle on that side over there, and then over here we'll crisscross it. But that's how these things are going to work. I'll give you guys an update later in the daylight. Nate hooked it up. We decided to put these up inside the pocket here, so they're kind of hidden. So that works out really good. We can pull straight from the rim if we want to do that, straight from the A-arm, whatever the case may be. K-member. Looks good. We'll go ahead and wrap this one up, guys. And as always, thank you.
Don't know the time, just know that I'm, one of a kind, what's on your mind, well, hard to find, beautiful mind, still in my prime, just know that I'm here. Too many nights.